All right, so we do have some new insight here, and I'm just going to read it from my phone so that way I don't missay anything. But this is per a source close to Montgomery's wife that they tell us that Montgomery and his wife were estranged slash living apart for several months, maybe a year. They have one child together, and the estranged wife and children from a previous marriage. The source tells us that Montgomery has been working a series of odd jobs and believes he was living in the RV. So again, a source that is close to the suspect, James Blake Montgomery's wife, tells us that he's been working a series of odd jobs and believes that he was living in an RV, that him and his wife were estranged and living apart for several months, maybe even a year, and that they do have a child together and an estranged wife and children from a previous marriage. So again, a source close to Montgomery's wife tells us that he has been working a series of, quote, odd jobs, and that
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the live stream. And so apparently there was a traffic stop and 2 cops were shot at. One is deceased. The sheriff's deputy was killed. Another one's injured and he was taken to the hospital. And the suspect's name is James Blake Montgomery. That's the guy you see on the screen there. And they were just talking about him and his wife, I guess, estranged, bouncing around from job to job. And this barricade and standoff it took place in his RV. Now, they believe he might be dead, but they don't know yet. They're not sure. Okay. That's kind of what's happening. And you know, lately we've been covering a lot of Georgia stories and cop shootings and stuff. So it's pretty wild, pretty crazy. Okay, she went to mute. I'm going to see if I can find some information out about this guy that killed 2 cops. He's 38 years old. James Blake Montgomery, 38 years old. Wow, that's crazy, dude. And so, yeah, like you said, somebody said in the chat, the mile marker 194 off Bel Air Road, Columbia County. This is in Georgia. I updated the title. Helicopters and drones are in the air. Authorities working to capture Montgomery. Officers were heard on police radio saying, "Take a photo of the suspect in the trailer." Apparently, the focus was the Arrowwood mobile home community off of Wrightsboro Road, about 3 blocks west.
All right, and we did have some live activity going on at the scene, Parkway. So our crews had to take their shot down for just a moment, but we'll have that right back up as soon as we can. But in the meantime, we do have some interviews that we took with some people and some workers at some local establishments. But again, there was some activity going on with the law enforcement, and our crews had to take their cameras down. So while we work to learn more about that, again, but I'm going to go ahead and pull this interview up for you guys. This is an interview with a worker at the nearby Cracker Barrel, which we know was very close to the scene. So here's that interview. I'm going to go ahead and play it for you guys now.
I seen one of the police officers like swarm in here, and I thought somebody had like choked or something. And then I seen plenty of other officers swarm in the parking lot, and I heard 3 gunshots and people yelling. And I guess that's when he shot the officer that he killed. And after that, then that's when I started seeing like sheriffs from Burke County and all that swarm. And then I seen one of the police officers like swarm in here, and I thought somebody had like choked or something. And then I seen plenty of other officers swarm in the parking lot, and I heard 3 gunshots and people yelling. And I guess that's when he shot the officer that he killed. And after that, then that's when I started seeing like sheriffs from Burke County and all that swarm. And then I seen one of the police.
So that witnessed the Cracker Barrel worker saying that she believes she saw Burke County law enforcement officers on the scene as well. So again, we're just working to get another live shot up for you guys, but and I am getting a breaking update. Give me 1 second. So we do have 2 different sources telling us that the suspect is dead. 2 different sources, but again, law enforcement agencies have not confirmed that with us. But I can tell you that 2 different sources have told our reporter that the suspect is dead. But again, law enforcement agencies have not confirmed that information with us. But 2 sources have told our reporter that the suspect is dead. Also have an update from that source. That says that, sorry. Okay, yes, so that is the update that we have while, again, still waiting to get a live look at this scene. Again, there was some activity going on where the scene was taking place, so we had to take our cameras down. So just checking on this. To make sure that whenever we get that back up, I can have that for you guys. But again, this is live news here, live breaking news. We're here at the digital news desk, so just bear with me as we work to pull in videos and pull in these live shots and learn information for you here in real time. So again, a tragic incident unfolding here in Columbia County this evening where a Columbia County deputy is dead and another is in the hospital as a result of a traffic stop. And the suspect, who has been identified as James Blake Montgomery. I'm going to pull that photo up again in case you're just now joining us. This is James Blake Montgomery. This is the only photo that we have of James Blake Montgomery. This is what law enforcement officials confirmed to us. So again, we are about to get some live looks at the scene back up. But again, there was some activity happening and we do have a shot back up. So I'm going to go ahead and take this as well.
Oh, that's the camper
So
right there?
this is live in Columbia County, and this is just outside of the Cracker Barrel. Again, it's very hard to get anywhere near the scene at this point just because of the police activity. It's all the lanes on any main roads in the area have been blocked off, including the highway. So again, some law enforcement sources are telling us that the suspect is dead inside of a camper, and but we have not been able to confirm that. And apparently, the focus was on the Arrowwood mobile home community off of Wrightsboro Road, about 3 blocks west of Jimmy Dias. So again, just working to learn any information that we can here. A source close to Montgomery's wife tells us that him and his wife were estranged and living apart for several months, maybe even a year. And a person close to the family told News 12 that they have 1 child together and that the estranged wife has children from a previous marriage. They told News 12 that Montgomery has been working a series of odd jobs and that they believe he was living in an RV. So obviously a camper RV is involved in this. We know that as of 8:35 he was in a camper off of exit 194. So we're just working.
No longer
I'm sorry?
That's sad, man. It's crazy too to just it's like these traffic stops are just
And do
deadly
have some
now.
breaking news as well. The Columbia County Sheriff's Office has just informed us that there is no longer a threat. So obviously still lots of unanswered questions in terms of the status of the suspect. But just here in the last 2 minutes, we've got confirmation that there is no longer a threat to the public in regards to this situation. So if you're just now joining us or just now tuning into this stream, I can tell you that the Columbia County Sheriff's Office is telling us that the suspect is no longer a threat. So again, here into the newsroom in the last 2 minutes, Columbia County Sheriff's Office confirming that the suspect involved in this incident is no longer a threat. We're not really sure what that means on the status of his life, whether or not he is dead or alive, but we can confirm that the Columbia County Sheriff's Office tells us that the suspect in this incident is no longer a threat. So a very, very large scene for this very tragic incident that hopefully we'll receive some more answers here shortly, but the answers that I can give you right now are that the suspect, according to the Columbia County Sheriff's Office, is no longer a threat. Again, I don't have specifics on what exactly that means in terms of the status of the suspect's life or whether or not he's been apprehended, but the Columbia County Sheriff's Office does tell us that the suspect is no longer a threat. We do have also multiple law enforcement agencies reaching out and posting on social media and offering their prayers and their condolences to the families of the fallen deputy tonight, because as I've been saying, one deputy is dead as a result of this incident and one is in the hospital. So if you're just now joining us, I do know that we have lots of questions. Lots of questions involved here, but the answers that I can give you are that the suspect is no longer a threat right now. Authorities tell us that 2 minutes ago. It looks like we did lose that shot there. So, like I said, this is live news happening right now, guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this set up. We did get that shot back up, but that is actually
Crazy for those that are just joining. Yeah, so it was a traffic stop Saturday evening. And this was around 6:30 p.m. One of the sheriffs confirmed the death around 6:30 p.m. So there was a deputy that was shot and killed. 2 cops shot. One was killed. The other one's in the hospital. The suspect's name is James Blake Montgomery, and he had a camper who was in a camper near the mile marker 194 off of Bel Air Road. And there was helicopters, drones. And yeah, one of the officers is dead, which is just horrible. Traffic stops have just been deadly, you know. It really makes it dangerous for anybody else is getting a traffic stop, just getting stopped for whatever reason. Now cops are, they've already been paranoid on every traffic stop can be life-threatening. And they're saying this guy, the suspect, he's estranged from his wife. And they've been separated or broken up for a couple of months, and bouncing around from job to job and living out of his RV. Wow.
Going in and out. So, like I said, this is live news here for us. So just bear with us as we work to get that back up again. But if you're here and you're watching, whether or not you are here on Facebook or on our News 12 app, not really lots of answers I can give you right now, but what I can break this down for you again. Tragically, one Columbia County Sheriff's deputy is dead as a result of this incident, and one is in the hospital. Multiple officials and law enforcement agencies offering their condolences tonight to these families. We do have the name of the suspect, who is James Blake Montgomery, who just in the last 2 or 3 minutes, the Columbia County Sheriff's Office has confirmed to us that the suspect is no longer a threat here. So we did just get a look, and it does appear that it's back up, that deputies with the Richmond County Sheriff's Office seem to be packing their things away. So the scene has been pretty active since just before 7 o'clock. We're going on 2.5 hours now on Saturday night. So
yeah, man.
And I am reading what our reporters are posting, that it says, so, sorry, I'm just trying to read this breaking news that we just got. The case management thing? I saw that it got deleted, yeah.
Don't say that.
That
Don't say that.
A charge for James Blake Montgomery was filed on May 5th, 2022 for aggravated assault, felony charge, and that he took first offender status. It disposed on December 16th, 2024, and he was exonerated and no criminal conviction in that case. But again, this is some news we're finding out for James Blake Montgomery that was filed on May 5th, 2022 for an aggravated assault felony charge. He took first offender status, disposed on 12/16/2024, and he was exonerated with no criminal conviction. So that's some things that we're learning here about the suspect, James Blake Montgomery. Obviously, the only thing that that we can say in terms of the suspect status is that the Columbia County Sheriff's Office tells us that the suspect is no longer a threat here. So the suspect is no longer a threat in this case, according to the Columbia County Sheriff's Office. We'll take another a live look at this scene here.
that's crazy. Crazy. A sad officer's dead and the suspect is deceased, looks like, as well. And this is right in front of a Cracker Barrel traffic stop. Guy living out of an RV. What were his motives? I don't know. Did his relationship situation spiral after they broke up, split? Crazy. Oh, this is a spammer. Okay. Crazy. Real sad. I guess that's probably it for tonight. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna give some updates. I mean, at some point they're gonna have to give an update, identify the cops, but I guess they're gonna be working the scene probably for a while.
Again, just a live look at the scene in Columbia County where Richmond County Sheriff's deputies seem to be packing things up a little bit. I saw them put their weapons back in the trunk of the vehicle. It does seem that things they might be taking their gear off and taking things off.
I wonder if it was self-inflicted.
So
or
again, if you're just now joining us, I know we have lots of people tuning in and out of this stream. So again, we're working to learn more details on this tragic incident tonight where we have confirmation that one Columbia County Sheriff's deputy has died in this incident. What I can tell you that is confirmed is that if you're just now joining us, the Columbia County Sheriff's Office has informed us that the suspect is no longer a threat, that James Blake Montgomery is no longer a threat. I'm not really sure on exactly what that means on the status of his life in that case, or whether or not he's been taken into custody or not. I have no confirmation on the status of that. All I can tell you for sure that law enforcement has told us is that the suspect is no longer a threat here, that James Blake Montgomery is no longer a threat here. If you're wondering how all of this unfolded, the only answer that I have for you that they've given us is that this was the result of a traffic stop, that Columbia County deputies were conducting a traffic stop and two of them were shot. One of them is now dead, has passed away, and the other one is in the hospital last we heard. So again, working to learn more information. We're not really sure on the status of Montgomery, the suspect in this case, but they tell us that he is no longer a threat here tonight. So the highway for a few exits has been closed down. These roads have been closed. If you're in the perimeter, you're not getting out, and if you're on the outside of it, you're not getting in. So working to learn more details through this heavy situation, and thoughts and prayers from multiple law enforcement agencies and Georgia officials and state officials going out to these families tonight as one deputy has lost his life as a result of this incident, and another one is in the hospital last we heard. So I don't really have any other answers outside of that. That is in terms of what's confirmed, that James Blake Montgomery is no longer a threat here, is what we're told by the Columbia County Sheriff's Office. And that we do know that Montgomery fled to a camper near mile marker 194 off of Belair Road. And Columbia County deputies tell us that, and that now they say he's no longer a threat. So we're not really sure what specifically that means or what they mean by that, but they are saying that he is no longer a threat. And apparently the focus was on the Arrowwood mobile home community off of Wrightsboro Road, which is about 3 blocks west of Jimmy Dias Parkway. Montgomery, a source close to Montgomery's wife has told one of our reporters that Montgomery and his wife were estranged and living apart for some time, several months, maybe even a year, and that they have one child together, and that the estranged wife has children from a previous marriage. They have told us, then again, the source here is a source close to Montgomery's wife, has told one of our reporters that he has been working a series of, quote, odd jobs lately and is believed to be living in an RV. So that would bring into case the camper here that we've been talking about, if what this source says is accurate. But again, all I can tell you...
Well, she's lucky she's alive. So, surprised I didn't kill her. Lucky she's alive. Unfortunately, a cop was killed. Guy seems really unhinged. I was trying to see, I forgot what I said his age was. I saw it in one of the articles. I wanted to do a little background, criminal background. I know they mentioned one of his things, but I want to see if they had anything else.
Plans if you live into the area, but I am being told that Bel Air is back open. So again, just checking to make sure I haven't missed any breaking updates so I can get that to you guys. Again, like I said, this is live news happening here at the News 12 Now desk. A little bit different than a newscast, but just trying to get you all the right, accurate information as fast as we can. So if you see me looking over to the left or looking over to the right, I have these are my means of communication with my reporters and with my newsroom to get that information out to you guys. So just trying to make sure that I check all my bases and get you guys all.
Okay. I guess that's it for now. I guess I'll check tomorrow to see if we get some type of update and we can get a name on the victim, the cop that was shot and killed, and the cop that's in the hospital. Try to get some update to see how they're doing. Well, the person that's alive in the hospital. Crazy. Trying to see if they have this guy's age. He's had a past history of run-ins with the law. Yeah, May 5th, 2022, aggravated assault. 2024, first offender status. The case was deposed. He was exonerated. There was no criminal conviction. Wow.
Couple of minutes or so that Bel Air Road is now back open after being shut down for the last few hours. As
crazy. All right, guys. I will catch you later, man. Have a good night. Stay safe. Stay safe. Peace. Bye. Bloop, 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 bloop. Maybe I'll see if I can update it tomorrow. If there's a press conference or whatever, any kind of update. All right. Take care. Bye. Bloop, 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 bloop.